This has got DIY written all over it and spelled wrong. It's like IYD. Why do I have to do that with my window? Well, that's a rear view mirror if I've ever seen one. Here we go. Car dies at stoplights, but not stop signs. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Sorry, it's scenty stuff. I don't know how y'all feel about scenty stuff, but I'm a little sensitive to it. Just want some air. Let's get out and go see the world. Alright, I don't think anybody's going to hit me here. Let's see what's going on. I spy with my little eye just by looking at the car and see what's going on. See what I see? The auto function on the window don't work. Okay. That clock is wrong. That clock is wrong. You see where I'm going with this? But for grins and giggles, we're going to do a stall test on this torque converter. So we will just put her in drive. We're going to put parking brake on, step on the brake as hard as I can with the left foot, and wide open throttle. Okay, 2200 RPM. I am happy with that. I'm gonna give her a little while to chill out. It's in reverse. No one's behind me. Same thing. Parking brake on. On the brake is with my left foot as much as I can. Wide open throttle. Beautiful. Okay, numbers are pretty even. I am not going to worry about a torque converter slipping. Let's get out of everybody's way now. Let's go ahead and just drive it around a little bit. I have an idea what's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and just take the opportunity. Ooh, felt a little shudder there. I'm just going to take the opportunity to find some other things. And you can just start plugging in the comments what you think is going on. Put some timestamps in there. Ooh. I hope that microphone's picking it up. I can hear some rear hubs. They're pretty loud. God, those hubs are loud. Audi's got one coming in on the hook. Little shudder. Ooh, there's that hub. It's getting louder. I made it angry. Yeah, about 50. I'm not trying to lock up the brakes, but I'm going to do a slightly aggressive stop. It recovers nicely. car accelerates just great. There's a bit of a hairpin. That little whirring sound, if you're picking it up on the microphone, I don't know if my headset's going to grab that, but there's a little that's coming through. That is the individual's head unit. They probably just have an intolerance with the speaker. It's really common when you put in aftermarket radios, you just don't impedance match your stuff correctly, or they may have not put in the ground correctly, and you'll pick up that whine from the alternator. No one behind me? No one's behind me. They got their backup camera put in very wrong. It's like pointed at the ground. This has got DIY written all over it and spelled wrong. It's like IYD. Why do I have to do that with my window? Get up in there. Okie doke. This is one of those cars where you have to take the key out of the ignition, or them low beams are going to stay on for a very long time. And then you'll be diagnosing a car with a very dead battery. Wow. That battery is a little small. Has anybody figured out where I'm going with this yet? Come on, baby. I don't know why Subaru puts those little spiral plastic connectors on there. Well, at least it was kind of on correctly. A lot of corrosion on that hold down. Okay, I don't see a group number, but I got a part number 26-3. Here's what we learned. This is a group 26 battery, which is a smaller size than the group 25, which should be going into this vehicle. Yes, this vehicle has the correct, yes, this battery has the correct cold cranking amps, but it is just a wee bit on the smaller size. Does that make sense? Is that the direction my diagnostics is heading in? Nope, not one bit. Am I doing a battery test regardless? Yes, I am. So, there's many battery testers that are out there. The battery tester that I am using is Not as efficient as a carbon pile tester. I do like carbon pile testers a lot, but this is a digital carbon pile tester. As you see right down here, we do have a load cell in here. It is pumping out some really hot air. It is going to put a load on the battery. It is going to hold it down there, and then it does use a calculation to make sure that this battery does pull its reserve back up, and then everything goes up into the cloud, married up with the VIN number of this vehicle, so that way if the customer ever does come back and say, hey, you never tested my battery, or if they had a complaint about something, whatever the case is, we have an archive of every battery we tested on every vehicle. It's pretty cool. So I guess what I'm getting into is, if you're just using those little cute little credit card size testers, poopy. I'm just saying they're straight poopy. You're not doing a real battery test, and you're not selling. Okay, now we're just going to take a temperature, and now we're going to take a picture of the VIN. Boom. Battery type. So flooded. Yeah, battery's good. It's really good. Is this battery the problem? No, I didn't suspect the battery was the problem. Was this battery recently installed? Yes. What do I think happened? I think this vehicle got its learning habits reset. That's what I think happened. So now we're going to glove up. And we're going to go digging for a problem. Because I got my 1 hour diag. And it's not going to take that long to find my problem, which I already know what it is as soon as I took it out to the parking lot. I just did this extra stuff for you guys, so you can learn. And you can avoid doing crazy things. Has anybody figured out what I'm doing yet? Whoa. Yeah, here's your problem, lady. Let's go ahead and just clean that up. I'm going to unplug that. I'm going to go have a talk with the customer. You have to trust me, I cleaned that throttle body. I did it off camera really quick. I was talking to the customer and couldn't film. The customer was dead set that his EGR was leaking because that's what he read on the internet. Oh man, I hate it when that happens. These damn swivel hooks. Okay, so like I was saying, you're gonna have to just trust me that I cleaned this throttle body up. Customer was here with me talking. He had a brand new EGR in his hand. He was dead set EGR was the problem, because that's what everybody on the internet said it was. So after about 20 minutes of talking to him, I really just had to tell him that he can take my solution, or I can start charging him straight time for this conversation. I didn't want to be mean about it, and I didn't say it that mean, but at some point I had to let him know that I have another customer in line, and the point is, let me do my job. Like, you brought your car here, and you wanted me to figure out the problem, but don't waste my time letting me figure out what the problem is, only to come behind my back and say, hey, that's not what I want the answer to be. That's not how it works, bro. Let's take this puppy for another spin. Oh, let's go ahead and set the clock while we're at it. 5 o'clock. And this is one of those annoying clocks that stop every 30 minutes. I'm gonna be here a while. Boom. 1 minute fast so we can show up to work on time. Remember, this person's backup camera don't work at all. You ever get in those cars where all the mirrors are just like pointed at the ground? You're like, how do you drive this car? Oh, it's already stopping so much better. You notice the rev dip didn't even happen that turn? Ugh. Getting sleepy. Ooh. I already feel the relearn happening. Getting a little booky. Do an aggressive stop. Look at that rev hang. Beautiful. So I got the clock fixed. I got my window reinitialized. Okay, the auto works now. And I'm going to dump it in the wash. This was an easy fix, no parts required. Easy 1 hour diag. Obviously, the throttle body on this car was super easy to get to. If the throttle body is a little bit more complicated to get to, charge time applicably.